Okay. Hello. Welcome to Marcela Alonso's Sunday Funday. Today we have the wonderful.
Vishal Kalyana Sundaram.
I can't say your last name. How do we?
Vishal Kal works.
Vishal Coward.
Cal.
Cow. Oh,
Yeah. I
okay.
shorten it
That's cool.
for the whites.
Did you going to school? Did you have that long last name?
I did. It's 15 letters.
Wow.
And the Scantron fits at max 14. So I was just one letter away from being able to fill it every time.
Oh,
it was very
wow.
long.
They never, growing up, they always said my last name wrong and everything.
It's Alonso?
Yeah, Alonso, yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Did I do it right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So tell me, where are you from? I read your bio. How did you get into comedy? How did you stay so cute?
You know what's funny is I was an ugly kid. It was a real glow up situation.
Really?
Yeah, I was a fat kid.
You were a fat kid?
That's how I got into comedy, was by being a fat kid. I would say that's true, right? Because like when you're a kid, you got to be funny if you're not cool.
Yeah.
And I wasn't cool, so
Aww.
it's not sad. I'm here now.
Yeah, you're here now. You're in New York City.
Yeah, living it up.
So you grew up in the Bay Area?
I did grow up in the Bay Area. I was actually born in India.
Mm-hmm.
Moved to the U.S. when I was 3. Moved to San Jose. Lived there my whole life. Moved to New York a year ago.
Nice.
What about you? Where are you from?
I was born in the Bronx.
The Bronx?
Yes.
Where in the Bronx?
Park Chester. But I was raised in Florida.
Okay, we're in Florida.
You're not familiar with the Bronx?
No, I am.
No, so I grew up in Tampa, Florida. Have you toured to Tampa yet?
Not Tampa. I have family in Boca Raton.
Oh.
And I've been to Miami a bunch. I'm going back again for Art Basel.
Oh, that's nice over there.
Yeah.
That's very nice. So tell me more. How did you get into you were in school, or what's the deal like?
Yeah. How did I start comedy? So
yeah, from talking about like from your high school years to college, because obviously, like we were talking earlier, your family was really driven into
academics.
big
Yeah,
time.
for sure. I mean, so high school was nice because I got to balance the academics with other shit. I was doing like drama a little bit of sports, but I was awful at sports. A lot of like science and stuff though. And then in college, I completely stopped doing that because it was very studious.
Yes.
And then after, I was between jobs, and I had like time, and I was like always like the funny dude at parties and stuff. And I wanted to do stuff after work that wasn't just drinking, I think. And I was like, why don't I go to an open mic? And that was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow, just 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And did you already write your material, or you just were like, you just freelanced it?
No. So the first time I went up ever, it was like the day of, I decided to do it. I went on stage. I told a story about going to a strip club in Vegas, and I bombed. It was the worst thing. I got like negative laughs. But like, that's the crazy thing about comedians is like, I got off stage and I was like, I should do that again.
It was addicting.
It was addicting. Yeah. And then
What strip club, by the way, did you go to?
Sapphire Bar and Grill, as it was said on my credit card.
I worked there. Yes.
You worked at Sapphire?
Yeah.
You like it?
No, I actually sued them. Long story.
Can we go into that story or no?
Well, it's the lawsuit's like said and done and over with, but there was like harassment, racial discrimination, and stuff like that. And then because I was an independent contractor, they're taxing you the moment you're at the door. It's not as easy. You don't just show up in a strip club and start working. You have to pay.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, you have to pay sometimes as much as like $200 to walk through the door.
But then you can come out with like thousands, right?
Yeah, but it's not that, it's sometimes you're in the hole.
Yeah.
You've paid that money and then you got to get the money for the next day. So you have your good days and then you have your bad days.
Yeah.
But it was also like a lot more like discrimination and stuff like that. So
it seems very shady.
People think that people in the adult entertainment make money all the time, but it's not. It's an up and down sort of like comedy. You just have to keep on working, keep on hustling and pushing towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say there's like, I mean, you're obviously doing well for yourself. Like, are you kind of like?
I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay.
I'm
all
doing
right.
okay.
I don't want to.
The rent's paid. Like the rent, rent's paid. Okay. I'm eating okay. I'm not going without a meal.
You're right.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Same thing with.
Well, you were making the analogy to comedy. Like, can you? like, you know how like if you're like an A-list comedian, you can show up to a club, get some time, do whatever, people know you. Is that like you in this world now? You show up to a strip club, they're like, you don't even need to pay.
Well, I haven't danced in a long time.
Oh.
I haven't danced like probably in over 10 times, but I've been on social media, but I still have to. There's always somebody bigger than you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a different, more online game, but
Yeah.
there's always somebody bigger than you. There's always you just it's a 7-day-a-week job
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Right. You
And
can't
then I'm
get away
trying to
from
get
it.
out of it because
Mm.
it's been my whole adult life. So, you know, that's why I came up with the show.
Your whole adult life, because
Yeah.
you've been an adult for 5 years.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm a lot older. You know
I know,
what I mean?
I know,
Over 20.
I know.
I'm old enough to be your mom. You like older women?
I do.
Have you ever dated an older woman?
Yeah. I don't know if I should tell this story, but fuck it, why not?
Yeah, tell it.
During COVID, when it first started, because like one of my top categories in porn is like MILF. And so I was like, I need to get with the older women.
Yeah.
And so there was a comic in San Francisco where I was from. And I was like, she's hot. She's older. Fuck it. And so I slid into the DMs. And then it somehow worked out. We were like hanging out for like 6+ months during COVID. We're homies now. But I was like 25 and she was 42.
Really?
You know what's funny is we also had the same birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
December 17th.
Oh,
Yeah.
So both two Sagittarius.
Sagittarii, yeah.
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 Nice.
So that was funny.
So she's another comic.
Yeah.
Oh, you had some fun.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
You look all nervous.
Because
I want to hear this though.
Well, it was part of the fun for me was that she was older and she was in the scene longer than me, so she would just talk a lot of shit about people I knew. I was like, oh, I'm getting the inside scoop, you know?
Yeah. She
really
guided you.
She didn't guide me. We didn't really like do comedy and stuff together. We like made that a boundary. Like we would like talk shit a little bit, but besides that, it was like fucking and watching TV.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
No complaints there.
No complaints there.
Yeah.
What we talk? Oh, I wanted to tell you the strip club thing that I thought was funny.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, we got distracted.
No. I mean, before I forget, the thing with the Sapphire that like I haven't been to a strip club since.
Really?
Because that night, my buddies, I was with a couple guys and girls. The guys the night before were like, hey, let's go back to the strip club. The woman there said they'd suck our dicks. And I was like, all right. Like, I feel like now that's kind of what they say. But I went there. I was already pretty drunk. The dudes paid for me to get a private dance. And during the private dance, the lady, she gets me, she was like, do you want a drink? I was like, yeah, maybe. I thought she'd get me like a little glass of champagne.
Yeah.
She got me a bottle of champagne, poured it down my throat. I drank the whole thing. And from then on, I was just
you
like,
were blanked out.
yeah. She was like, do you want to get a private room? You can do anything in there. I was like, yeah. And so we got the private room, and I thought I was going to get my dick sucked. And she was like, well, I can't do that right now. I was like, what else can we do? And I was like, can we karaoke? She's like, sure. And so they brought in a laptop, plugged it up to a TV, and gave us microphones. We did that for like 2 hours.
So you did karaoke in the VIP room.
Yeah, and you know how much that shit cost?
How much?
Like $3,500.
Oh, Lord. So how old were you then? About 21?
I was about 24.
Oh, so
Yeah.
that was a learning experience there of did you properly learn how to do karaoke and excel?
No, because then by the end of it, they just took the microphones and were just doing it themselves.
Oh my!
It was a huge L.
Gosh. So tell me, you were recently on Netflix's, what was it called?
Indian matchmaking?
Yes.
Yes.
Have your parents tried matching you up?
Yes.
They did?
A handful of times they've tried matching me up, and it's never anyone cute.
You know what? You want to hear a story about me?
Yes.
Okay. So when I was dancing when I was young, probably like 18 or 19 years old in Tampa, Florida, right? I worked with, I totally forgot her name. I worked with this Indian girl and we were friends and everything.
She was dancing.
She was a stripper, right? Her parents did not know at all she was Indian. And she was so excited.
Her parents didn't know she was Indian.
Her parents didn't know she was stripping. She was all about at college and everything. And she was making money. And she would say, I'm going to get married and I'm marrying a doctor. And I'm like, okay, like I'm thinking like she's delusional or something.
Yeah.
And she would go, okay, I'm going to get married. And so I knew her for a whole year and she would talk about this guy or whatever. And I'm like, where is this guy? But she would date other guys, right? Yeah. And sure enough, she disappeared one day and got married.
To this
to
doctor.
this doctor. Yeah. Like it was just like, but she was the whole time she was like, would show up to work and everything, and the parents didn't know, and she was like, she would talk about it, and we would just think like, we were like kind of like, okay, honey, yeah, you're gonna marry a doctor, okay, whatever, you're here in this like, whatever. We didn't believe it, and then it's sure enough, she got married, never heard from her again.
What? So did the doctor know that she was stripping?
No, that was another thing. She goes, they think I'm a virgin. Do you think I'm gonna fall? And so sure enough, she got married, never heard back. She did get married to a doctor.
Wow. Dude, hearing that shit is going to give me trust issues because I'm going to like find a wife. She'll be like, I was a virgin.
Maybe this is the thing. It's better she experienced. So what?
I
then
think so too.
She's got a little hustle in her.
I want someone who's not a virgin.
Right.
I just don't want someone who's going to lie to me,
Right.
Like if you're going to be a stripper, tell me.
She was lying to her, more or less her family.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Like she was.
I get that.
She was lying more or less to her family. If she opened up to her husband, that's none of my business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't remember her name at all, purposely. But that was a case of arranged marriage.
Wow.
And your parents, what have they did to you?
The plot twist is that stripper is my mom. No.
Yeah. Is your father a doctor?
No, my
dad. In fact, this happened. No, I'm like trying to do the math. No, didn't you can imagine it?
Like you said.
I just started adding up. Well, my parents didn't live here. My mom didn't live here. Like starts adding up. But.
Half my jokes now are about finding out my mom's fucking, and it's kind of
really.
So, yeah, it's.
Did I inspire you? No.
No. That actually in my act right now. It's all that.
Okay. About your mom fucking.
Yeah, my dad. What? I guess my
your dad.
Yeah.
Well, nobody else.
I don't think so. My mom's very traditional. They're not polygamous as far as I know.
Yeah, people getting wild now.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Yeah, one of my friends, he's gay, but he's in a relationship with like 2 other guys.
Hell
and they
yeah.
all know each other.
Yeah.
And they all meet, and then they all have, and I'm like, this is working? Like.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about being gay is you can kind of all interlock together.
Yeah,
in one
they all,
position.
and I go, there's no fighting, nothing. Yeah. And like.
It's just dicks and the
they
S's
all know
and the
each
S's
other.
and a little circle. Yeah.
It was like, wow, I wish like.
Have you ever done that? You've never like been in a.
Been in a what?
Like a polygamous relationship or whatever?
No.
You're a monogamous lady?
It just happens.
Yeah.
That I end up with monogamous people.
What's your relationship status right now?
Single, ready to mingle.
Okay.
Ready to attack little young boys.
I'm here. Yeah. I love how it feels like now I'm the interviewer. I'm just like, wait, so this podcast is newish, right? So like,
well, I did it. So let me explain. I was on IG. I got monetized on IG, so I started doing a show. Yeah. Well, this is a while back, but IG, if you have an IG, you know how funny it gets. Like, I don't know, like. It grows and then you get in trouble for stuff. And so I got monetized on YouTube, and I said, let me transfer this show and just put it on YouTube. So I could be up. It could be forever going, and I like comics. I never, because I was a stripper for so many years, I don't like, I'm not crazy about musicians or music.
Really?
Yeah.
Because why?
I worked at nude clubs. So certain songs like 9 Inch Nails are just not.
You know what's so funny is like I've been to like only 2 strip clubs in my life, but I'm so surprised because I watch like movies and shit. Strip club music to me is like future Atlanta hip hop trap, but like is really like classic rock. It's like pour some sugar on me, that shit.
Yeah. So the time when I started, you were not even allowed to put any hip hop, and then stuff progressed. I worked at clubs where they had jukeboxes.
Yeah.
And but yeah, all sorts of certain rock songs though, because it was an era the biker chicks like can really give me PTSD.
What's the weirdest song someone's ever put on that you've danced to?
Not that I danced to, but I've seen. I remember there was a girl. I start gagging. She would like do something with her underwear. I start gagging when I think about that. I forgot what song, but when I hear the songs, like all of a sudden I'm triggered. I'm gagging. Because she did this whole act and she was like real skinny with the underwear, and it was just like, I would throw up afterwards.
I still don't know what song she was doing.
I forgot. I can't think of something from Metallica or something.
Okay.
Yeah, like and that's the reason I never was big on like I'm not crazy about concerts.
Yeah.
Because of all the years of being in clubs, hearing music nonstop in your
Right.
ear. It's
Okay.
like, and then looking at the girls that went up,
Yeah. But comics, on the other hand,
comedy is more, think about it. You go to a comedy club,
yeah.
it's chill, it's
Yeah.
more relaxed.
Yeah.
So you get to laugh, you get to be in a good mood. Like nobody wants to go out crying and be
Of course.
upset, right?
No.
So you get to see him, and then like when I lived in LA, I loved the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Because I would see like all these comics, and it would be somebody new, and then I would, Google them at home and have to watch everything they were in.
Yeah.
So like I slowly became fans of them. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. When I think of comics, I think a lot of us are dirtbags, but like musicians are the one rung on the ladder that's more dirtbaggy, I feel like.
It's a different game.
Yeah.
I feel like though with stand-up comedians, you have to write your material.
Yes. Yeah, you
and
do.
then you have to go and talk in front of somebody.
Yeah.
And that's it's an art that doesn't get appreciated enough.
Yeah. You got to have a little bit of, ability to communicate with people.
So what did your family think when you started getting into comedy? I want to know.
Oh, that's I didn't really tell them. I didn't tell them a lot at first. And then about 6 months in, when I was still really, really bad, I invited my dad out to a show. And he sat in the audience and he drank a single beer and he was just like laughing, having a good time, just like clapping. And then on the car back, he picked me up. I went back home and I was like, "What did you think?" He's like, "I don't know. I don't think that much about it." But then, which is fine. But then 2 months later, I was at home with my mom and we got into an argument or whatever. And then my mom goes out of nowhere. She's like, "Well, I also can't believe that you're online dating and doing all these things." And I was like, because I realized I mentioned that I was like going on online dates in one of my jokes, and my dad snitched on me to my mom, and my traditional ass Indian mom was like so upset. And I was like, I am never letting them watch comedy again. They're just going to use this against me.
Oh, they'll use it against, yeah.
Yeah, but that was like a couple years ago. My parents are getting a little more comfortable with the idea of me. Like, I was on fucking TV dating people, so they got to get used to it now.
But you were the matchmaker show.
Yes, on the matchmaker show.
So were they happy with that?
So came out a few months ago. The first thing I asked my mom the week after it came out, she's like, "I didn't watch it. I'm afraid to watch it." And then a couple weeks ago, she brought it up again. She's like, "I watched a little bit of it, but like," she was worried about like the online feedback from me because like I don't know if you've seen the show, probably not, but like one of the things is like it looks like I like ditched a girl or whatever, or I broke up with a girl.
Oh, you did.
And she was like, "I don't want people to hate on you because you broke up with her," so she was scared to watch more of it. But now it's kind of like a don't ask, don't tell kind of thing,
Oh, with your family. Don't ask, don't tell.
But I'm going back home over the holidays, and my dad is like really insistent on coming to another show. And
so you're going to have to write special material just for that.
I guess so. And also, like I said, half my jokes are about my mom fucking. So I'll see if he likes that or not.
He's going to rat on you more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he'll be like, that's my bitch.
How dare you disrespect your mother like that?
My wife.
Yes. So now, how is dating in New York City for you?
It's good, man. I mean,
What type of girls are you dating?
That's a good question.
Hopefully your family won't find out.
Hopefully they won't.
Yeah.
Well, so I grew up in San Francisco, right? Have you ever been?
Yes. I used to live in LA for 10 years, so I would go. I love over there. They've got the best restaurants in San Francisco.
Really, really good food. But the dating scene is kind of bad, especially for guys.
It is.
You agree?
I don't know. I know in LA there was a whole bunch of like good looking guys. They had a hard time dating because you got all these prima donnas coming in LA. I don't know about New York so much, but
San Francisco is just like there's too many guys.
There's too many guys.
Yeah. So like every girl, there's like 2 guys for every girl. So like it's like it's a seller's market, And out here it's a lot better. So now it's like overwhelming.
So what type of girls do you like? Are you trying not to get in trouble?
I like all girls. I generally date a mix of like white girls, Indian girls, more lately. Other types of girls I'm like open to. I just don't match with them as much. But I like Latina girls. I like Asian girls. I like black girls. I like whoever.
Have you ever had any buddy fetishize you?
Oh, what do you mean by that?
I get it all the time.
Tell me more.
Latin women, we always get it. We always get like I always run into guys and they'll be like, my ex-wife is from Mexico, or what else? I used to date this girl from Colombia, and then all of a sudden they, it's always a white guy that's always like
Wow.
speaking to you with a broken Spanish, "Como se llama?" Like that.
Like in bed?
And no, they start calling you. I'll never forget. I had one guy that would like, "Hola, hola." He would call me, and it was so annoying. Like, dude,
Ew.
I was raised in the States. Like, so I've been fetishized quite a bit.
I knew guys like that back in my frat days, like like that seems like a young boy kind of thing to do.
No, these were old men.
Yeah, which is like kind of like
they're
grow out of that, bro.
It's kind of like, that's why I said like it would be a lot of times it's guys that they were married or they dated, and there's I don't know, it's weird. Yeah. And then they're trying to speak to you in Spanish, and it's horrible. And I'm like looking at them like, can you stop? And yeah.
Okay.
So you haven't had
nothing like, no one's been like,
I guess it's pretty different for
no
me.
one's been like, I love your curry flavored dick. Like nothing like that. The closest thing I get, this is a little weird. I don't know if you ever gotten this. Some girls will be like, "You're my first Indian," which like doesn't bother me a lot, but it makes me realize like it's in their head a little bit. Like some girls are kind of like, this is. It's like you're a little different,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, like it's kind of the same. Like it should be the same. I'm just a dude, but nothing
like,
fetishized.
You're a piece of meat. Like
yeah. You're like, oh, I'm trying this out for the first time. Let me see if I like it, You're like unagi. I don't.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. But for me, I've gotten guys, like predominantly white guys, that have fetishized me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't
and
like
other Spanish guys, that's different. It just depends on what ethnicity,
Yeah.
Yeah, Spanish guys they're okay with me. I got more love in LA.
Yeah, I bet. I mean,
I
it's
love
like,
my Mexican guys. I was in LA recently, and they treated me like gold.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Gentlemen, just appreciative. Yeah.
Well, how do you find guys you meet nowadays? Because you're probably not like on the apps. You can't do that shit.
They just, well, with me though, you know what I've always liked is I like being friends with somebody before actually dating, because I like to look at their behavior.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But some guys have been offended. But I want to see how you interact with other people.
That makes a lot of sense.
Make a commitment.
Okay.
Yeah. And you?
I'm thinking about, because I'm like I'm getting older, so I'm trying to be less of a.
Oh, you're still a baby.
I know.
You have till you're 35 where you can stick and move in my book.
Stick and move?
Yes, I tell all men. You have to 30. You have exactly what it is. You got to stick and move.
Stick it in and move?
Stick and move. You don't know this?
I don't. What?
Like stick and move. Like don't take anybody's. Just keep on moving. Like I feel like all men need to kind of
like sow your wild otes.
Yes.
Yeah,
till 35. After that, you got to settle down. Yes.
You could just say you just got to keep fucking. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stick and move.
I just was my saying stick and move. Because I think I've told that to one of my male cousins, because he was tripping on a girl, and it's like, quit that bullshit. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Stick and move.
Yeah. I keep thinking like, I'm not going to fall in love.
But don't worry about it. You're still young. You're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Woman is different than men. Men can take their time. You guys can marinate a little bit.
Yeah.
Get your career going. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But here's the thing. I got Indian parents. And they've been on my ass to get married since I was 22.
Right? Isn't it?
Yeah. My mom, every day she like calls me. She's like, I got to move on to the next phase of life. I don't even know what that means. But I guess grandkids. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the difficult part. Yeah, because cultural differences can be difficult. I had my kids super young.
How did that happen?
I don't suggest that.
What's the story with that?
Just accidents. Was not planned. But I got it done, over with.
She's listening to this podcast now and crying.
But when I see a young gentleman like you, I always say, don't feel bad till you're 35, because you're in New York.
Yeah.
You got to work on your career, your comedy, writing. Yeah. Speaking of which, what is the next, what is your next thing? What do you look for your future?
I'm doing more of the same. I'm doing a lot of like festivals and stuff, comedy festivals on that front. Just trying to do more shit at the clubs out here, making more friends. I feel like that's a big part of like, once you get in a scene, it's like, nice to be able to show up to spots, you know, everybody, so it's more fun.
Right.
And then just doing more like, you know, acting things that I've been doing. Like,
You got your SAG card?
no, I don't want to
No.
be. I don't want to be SAG for a
Just-
while. I think, but I'm doing like commercials and stuff.
Well,
you know.
you want to for commercials, you want that SAG card.
I feel like it's the opposite.
No.
Oh,
well, yeah. When you're non-union, you do get all those print work and all that
Yeah.
other stuff. But
Yeah. Are you in SAG?
yeah, since 2009.
Yeah. And it's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it for the insurance benefits in the beginning, pre-Obama. That's what it is. So, yeah, that's a long story in itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know Aaliyah too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's how.
That's how you met?
Yeah, that's how I ended up on this. I think. Yeah. How did
okay.
How do you know Aaliyah? Just through the community?
Yeah, through the community.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like comedy where it's just like there's this network, I guess.
Yeah, especially in New York.
Yeah.
It's a different scene. Like they all kind of know each other.
You guys go out and get beers together and shit?
Not really, but I go to her show every what was it? The second when's the hardcore comedy
At the Stand?
fest? Yes, at the Stand. I
Yeah.
always attend that every week to support her. Every
Oh.
month, once a month.
Okay.
Second Saturday? Yeah. Second Saturday of the month, you could go to the Stand and you could see Aaliyah Janine, the Hardcore Comedy Fest. Have to plug her in.
Yeah. Next
Yeah.
time, next show, if you're there, I'll swing by. We can kick it.
Okay, yes.
Yes, we
that'll
support
sound-
Aaliyah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there this time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Last time I couldn't be there. I had a flight the next day to LA.
Yeah.
So you're looking more towards the future, doing comedy.
Yeah. Doing that shit. I still got my day job, so I gotta like.
Well, you have a day job. What
I have a
do you
day
do?
job. I'm a software engineer. I told you I
Oh,
did the
that's
computer
right.
science
That's right.
thing.
You're an engineer. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so then you're doing comedy at night. Wow, you're really
Yeah.
hustling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm doing.
You
Also,
got some money too. You're like
I pay rent. You know.
you pay rent
Same
in
shit.
New York. Yeah, rent in New York is crazy.
But I'm trying to. You know,
Oh, so
do
I
what you're
see-
doing.
I see what your parents now. They see you with a good job.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, they're like, "What are you doing?" And they probably think the comedy thing is like getting in the way because they want you. They want them grandkids right away.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Exactly. They want me to have like the traditional married life, and I'm like pushing back against that as much as I can. You
Go
know.
to Jersey. Buy a
You
house.
yeah. Go to Sunnyvale in the Bay Area.
Oh, that's expensive. You
Yeah,
better
that's
off
right.
going to Jersey.
Yeah. What's the
Yeah.
next move for you?
Hope the show on YouTube and build up my YouTube more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can catch school. Where's the camera? Schooled out.
Oh no, it Get Schooled is my other
Schooled.
adult podcast.
Oh, that's
which is not. We can't air it. This is Sunday Funday on my YouTube. So
Oh.
let my viewers know where they now can find you, your YouTube, your IG, your Twitter, and all that other stuff.
You can find me. I don't got a Twitter. I don't know why. I don't want to get canceled. I feel like that's the way to
No,
get canceled.
Twitter's good. Twitter's good. You need to get on Twitter.
I'll get on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm on IG at Vishal.Kal. I'm on TikTok as the same thing. I guess I'll be on Twitter as Vishal.Kal too.
Yeah.
I'll be on OnlyFans after this as Vishal.Kal. And what else? Pornhub? I don't know.
Oh, the parents would be really disappointed.
All right, cut that out. Cut that out, Wolf. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for being on my show.
Thank
And,
you for having me. This was
please
fun.
Hit subscribe and keep on every week. It's Sunday Funday.
Sunday Funday.